to my YouTube channel. My name is Onose Ogbebo and I am a master's student at the University College London. I'm from Nigeria but currently living in London. In this video, I'm going to be reading my personal statement to UCL out loud, and I study masters in law if I didn't say that at the start. So yeah, about this time last year, I decided I was going to do a master's, and I applied to some universities that still had their applications open, which is still not too late if you're wanting to apply. So I applied to University College London, which was my first choice, Queen Mary University of London, University of Birmingham, and where I was completing my law degree, undergrad degree at the time, University of Leicester. And I got into all 4 universities, wrote the application in a short span of time, so it's definitely doable. And so I'm just going to be reading my personal statement to UCL. This was the personal statement I wrote first, and then I tailored it to the other universities I applied to. And I'm going to be sharing some tips and tricks on writing a really good personal statement. I hope this helps. So bear with me as I read, and if this is something you're interested in, then stay tuned. So personal statement, international commercial law, LLM, that was the heading. And before I start, I'll just say that I started like in a sort of story form. I didn't start with the normal, I'm writing to apply for. I went with a little bit of spice, and I guess it worked. So first paragraph. From my home country, Nigeria, I have observed that growth in a country's GDP does not always translate to the economic development of its people. A major tool for bridging this gap is the adoption of sound legal and regulatory frameworks to govern the commercial sector. This has driven my long-term aspiration of becoming an international commercial lawyer with a focus on sustainable economic development. Studying law at graduate level at the University College London will be a major stepping stone to achieving this career goal. So this first paragraph was my introduction. I stated what I wanted to apply for, or what I was applying for. And I stated that I wanted to become an international commercial lawyer, and that's why I was applying for that specialism. And second paragraph, this is where I go into like my story of how I got to where I am. So second paragraph. My fascination with the law began during my first undergraduate study in international law and diplomacy. Through studying modules such as international economic and trade law, I developed an international outlook towards law and the relevant role it plays in facilitating development. The more I learned, the more questions I had. The depth of my intellectual curiosity about the law ran beyond the answers a BSc degree could provide. Thus, I decided to further my studies by obtaining an LLB degree in the UK. This was the given trajectory of my academic pursuits, especially in light of the preference for English law as the governing law in international commercial agreements. This decision to study law in the UK informed my short-term goal of qualifying as a solicitor in England and Wales, as it will further propel me into the achievement of my long-term career aspiration. A lot of international, but yeah, that's my second paragraph, stating how this, my first degree, my second degree, how I got here, and how this course will propel me further into where I wanted to get to in terms of short-term goals and longer-term goals. And although it might seem a bit wordy, seem like a big word, I was applying for a master's, I wanted to write a good personal statement, but also the sentences are short, so make sure to keep your sentences short. You don't want overly long sentence, like 3 lines. Anything more than 3 lines is too long and it will be hard to follow. Use understandable English words, simple words. You don't have to use really huge words. I don't think the words I used were too big, but yeah, keep it simple and short. That really sells here. Simple short sentences, easy to read and understand. Third paragraph. So this is where I start talking about my law degree and the skills that I gained that will help me on my master's, because I realized for UCL from my research, one of the things they wanted to see was critical thinking. They wanted to see that you have grit and perseverance. So that's what I was trying to exemplify in the next few paragraphs. Third paragraph. The start of my law degree was challenging because I was new to the academic system in the UK. I had to learn on my feet and quickly adapt to both the legal and cultural environment I found myself in. I remained resilient and willing to improve my intellectual and personal skills in order to excel. Thus, I developed my ability to critically evaluate the law and formulate strong arguments. I did this by thoroughly engaging with course materials and in tutorials. I also undertook further reading and frequently asked questions to my tutors. My dedication and hard work culminated in my recognition for academic excellence. Furthermore, fourth paragraph now, I proactively took up opportunities to engage with the diverse body of students within the UK. I volunteered as a course representative within the law department. Through this, I developed leadership skills as I adequately represented the interest of my peers and advocated for their needs within the law school and the wider school administration. While volunteering as a member of the Pro Bono Insight Project, I developed strong communication skills by making presentations to secondary school children on different areas of the law. I did this through creative ways such as pictorial illustrations, which simplified the presentations. There is no doubt that I will hone these skills and develop new ones while studying at UCL. And that's the end of the first page. So those two paragraphs which I just read out to you, exemplifies me saying the skills that I have that will help the course, that would help me on the course, the skills that I'm bringing to the table, how well I had done in my undergrad, how I developed the skills and I was able to do well on my undergrad, and how I'm going to bring this to the table. And I didn't just say, I have communication skills. I tried to demonstrate it with the examples that I gave. So on to the second page and the next paragraph. Now this paragraph is where the next paragraph is a bit long. It's the longest paragraph. Is where I talk about UCL, why UCL in particular, why the course. I try to exemplify or to reflect that I want to study at this particular university and not any other university in London or wherever. So you got to gas them up a little bit and show that you've looked at their courses, you've looked at the course, looked at the modules, looked at the website, looked at, done your research, and that you're keen on the university. And if you want to know how to do all of this, I'll get back to that at the end of this video. Then, being one of the top 14 universities worldwide, this is the fifth paragraph now, I believe, or sixth. UCL is at the forefront of legal research and has consistently contributed to the global narrative on contemporary legal issues. I look forward to learning from leading researchers such as name of a lecturer, who has outstanding experience in the field of international economic and trade law. By learning from leading practitioners and academics at UCL, I aim to sharpen my research skills, further develop thought leadership, and contribute to the global narrative driving legal development in my areas of interest. I hope to participate in the Law Without Walls program at UCL Law's amazing program, as it is the right opportunity to collaborate with a diverse body of students while learning from international experts. I have been in touch with the current president of the Graduate Law Society at UCL. She gave positive feedback about the LLM program, specifically the specialist degree in international commercial law, and the numerous opportunities for career development within the UCL laws. This has strengthened my resolve to study at UCL. So I made this paragraph all about UCL and why I wanted to study at UCL, the things that I was interested in. I looked at the extracurricular activities for law students because that was something I wanted to do. I found the ones of interest and I mentioned it here. I also got a tip from my friend who was the president of the Graduate Law Society, that mention lecturers that you're keen to learn from. Nobody is going to hold you to this. No one's going to say, you wrote this lecturer, you have to do their course. But it just shows that you've done your research and you're looking. And I remember her telling me that don't mention a lecturer that's on sabbatical because that's just off. But yeah, so I said, this university is one of the top universities. I want to learn here. I want to build my research skills. I want to develop thought leadership. Boy, did I know what I was getting myself into. So then on the next two paragraphs is about why like why me, why this course, or why I'm motivated to study the course. And then I'm going to read that up now. This is probably the 6th or 7th paragraph. My decision to specialize in international commercial law has been largely influenced by my academic and professional journey thus far. During my first degree, I undertook the entry course into arbitration, hosted by the Chartered Institute of Arbitrators UK. This improved my understanding of how sound dispute resolution mechanisms can facilitate international commercial activities through the smooth and speedy resolution of disputes. As such, I am interested in the International Arbitration module on the LLM program at UCL. Next paragraph. Also, during my recent virtual vacation scheme at an international law firm in London, I read more about how the capital markets practice area is involved in promoting the Sustainable Development Goals through specific collateralized loan obligations. Ignore those big words. This has fueled my interest in undertaking the Corporation's Global Business and Environment module. I am interested in researching more about the relationship between law and economic development. Particularly, I would like to understand how international commercial law can facilitate the achievement of Sustainable Development Goal 8, decent work and economic growth, through the formulation and enforcement of sound policies and regulatory frameworks. So in these 2 paragraphs I just read, I stated some of the courses that I was interested in doing. But here's the thing, no one's going to hold you to the list of courses that you've stated. But it shows that you're keen and you're already interested in the module, in the faculty and the things they are teaching. A few big words here and there that's specific to my course. But I wanted to show that, okay, this is helping me in my career path of where I want to get to. On my course at UCL, I'm being taught by practitioners, I'm being taught by leading researchers, and this is something I wanted. This because this will help me in my future career endeavors, and I was keen to mention it here, mention the sort of modules that I'm looking at taking, or I'm potentially going to take, and things like that, and how it's helping or how it ties into my career path, or my career journey thus far, and my career path going forward. And then the final paragraph to bring an end to this misery of me reading my personal statement. Here, just to tie everything up and to conclude, it says, situated right in the legal and commercial capital of the UK, UCL provides the best platform for me to engage with the prestigious international law firms and organizations that I am interested in working with. Excuse the noise. I hope to build more meaningful connections and advance my career through the networking opportunities available. There is no doubt that an LLM at the prestigious UCL laws will be a great launching pad for my future career as an international law practitioner. I look forward to studying in the bright open spaces of Bentham House. End of the personal statement. So yeah, the Bentham House is the UCL building that was renovated recently, or the UCL Laws building that had been renovated recently. So I was keen to say that, I've heard so much about Bentham House and I can't wait to study there. And also I just wanted to show that, situated in London is key for my career path, networking opportunities and the likes, and UCL is the right place for me to be. And I ended on that note. And like I said, I just, for my other universities, or the other universities I applied to, I just tailored this template to them, took out the things that were not relevant to those universities and included the things that were relevant. Some of the skills are the same, so you may leave that part in. I'm going to stop waffling now. But yeah, that's it. I hope this has been helpful. You should definitely check out more videos. It doesn't have to be course specific, but seeing how people wrote their personal statements, wrote about their academic journey and where they want to go, it's really helpful. And seeing how they evidence the skills that they have and evidence their interest, not just saying, oh, I want to study LLM law, why? Or I want to study business at this university, why? You should be able to demonstrate it effectively. Keep your sentences short and simple again, and straight to the point, easy to read, short paragraphs or decent-sized paragraphs, and conclude. There, that's it. So I hope this helps. If you want to find out more about how to like apply for masters, steps you should take in preparing your master's application to study in the UK, then check out my other video, and I'll put the link in the description box below. Do let me know if you have questions in the comment section, and I will be happy to answer to the best of my ability. Please do like if you enjoyed this video, give it a thumbs up, please share and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.